Welcome everybody to the Good Neighbor Show, where you can always be you with us. I'm your one co-host Dre.
And I am your co-host, Monte.
Oh,
All right, y'all, let's get back to business, though. So, why preparing is important? That's what we're talking about today. Why preparing is important. So, let's jump into that.
Boom. Being on time is a very major key for a lot of people. Sometimes we get so complacent with doing certain things that we lose track of time. And losing track of time kind of throws us in all kinds of areas. So we want to make sure that we try to practice being on time and getting rid of complacency.
I understand that. And when you rush, you don't really get a chance to actually see the flaws, the minor flaws, and you feel like that, you're really not fully prepared all the way because you don't get a chance to really reflect and sit back before you actually, like, for example, right now, hit the record button. If you rush into it, you may forget what you really want to say. So,
Yeah, absolutely. That's one big thing.
Seriously, you may forget what you want to talk about. You may forget what you want to say, how you want to say it, your tone, your direction. You may forget if there's something like in the background or something that's kind of like sort of messed up. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't fix it because you rushed.
Because you're so fast and rushing and trying to get things done. Sometimes you rush to the point where you're trying to take care of everybody else and not worrying about yourself. So you be so worried about taking care of other people that you don't even see your own vision and what you're trying to do.
That was deep, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. And I can attest to that. That's why I was like, that was deep. Because when you rushing and you taking care of other people, and you don't really get a chance.
You don't get a chance to do
yourself.
what you need to do.
Funny that you said that. I had a conversation about that yesterday with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We was in a car talking, and it was somebody I was previously, whatever. And that was one of the things where I was trying to mention being mindful about time because I am a person of time, right?
Right.
And so there was a situation where the time wasn't really, I felt, respected. And I'll try to actually explain that yesterday and so forth. And,
Why isn't your time valuable?
yeah.
Your time should be as valuable just as theirs.
Exactly.
You have your own things that you need to do. Some people will use your time and take up your time and not even caring about your time and losing the sight of even what they needed to do because they so focused on you being on time that sometimes they may forget what they had going on. So now we both in a cluster.
Correct. And for those who do value their time, from experience, have mindfulness to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Have mindfulness to yourself. It's okay to let somebody know you have to go. Or you have something going.
It's
and
okay.
It's really important to you. It's okay to say no. Or it's okay to cut whatever your engagement off at a certain amount of time. Hey, okay, the concert is 5 hours. If you can only enjoy 3 hours of it, dude, that was an experience that you still had for 3 hours that you never had ever in your life. So still be mindful to yourself. It is okay to say no or cut it off when you're ready to cut it off.
When you're ready to cut it off, and this is why preparing is important because sometimes you may have things you have to do. At the job, you got somebody that want to chill and chop it up and talk to you and everything, and you got things to do. You might want to engage with them just a little bit, but you have to cut it off short. You have family functions and everybody want to kiki and ha-ha. And for some people, maybe you don't want to just be there. Even though it's family, you have things you have to do. They may seem like, oh, you don't want to be around family, yada, yada, yada. Your time is important. You prepared what you had to do. Let people know off top. I have things that I need to do and I have a schedule. When you have a schedule and you create a schedule, try to stick to your schedule. Because there are people that don't understand what you got going on. You have things that you have to do.
And that leads into number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it's important to prepare is because as we're going to these functions, these engagements, you're trying to talk to people, you're trying to get a better career, it builds better confidence. It enhances your confidence. So why it's important to prepare? It helps enhance your confidence. When you're walking into these rooms, you know exactly what's going on. You can read the room a lot easier. You can read yourself a lot easier. You may not know, if you're not prepared, you may not know what you're getting into or going into. But when you're prepared and you're walking into these things with confidence, you know how to speak to people. You know how to engage with your family. You also know how to say no. Hey, how y'all doing today? I'm only going to be here for an hour, but hey, I love y'all and I'm glad to see everybody. You know what I'm saying? Most people still will respect the fact that you still can.
At least you showed up.
At least you showed up. And then when you make your experience there, while you're there for your time, just filled with joy, love, happiness, everybody's engaging, you're happy. Like, that confidence, people see that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, that man on a mission.
He on a mission.
You know what I'm saying?
And for those that never seen somebody on a mission, guess what? You are the example of what a mission is.
And that also now leads into number 3, our last reason to be prepared.
Problem solving. Yes. Got a problem solve.
You got to problem solve. It enhances your problem solving abilities. When you're prepared a lot better, listen, I'm getting coached. And the best thing that I've heard for this last year is write it down.
Write it down.
Because when you write it down, you have a better idea of what the problem is and how to solve it. Instead of having all that stuff linger sitting up here in your mental.
You have so much stuff in your head going on that you forget the steps that you actually wanted to take. What we used to do in the military is they used to give you this little book called a will book. And it's also, you can use it for work as well. Every time you do something for yourself that you know that you did pretty decent, write it down. Let it know, hey man, I did this on this date. This is what happened. Boom. Oh, I helped so-and-so with this. Boom. Write these things down because certain situations may happen. Maybe they may ask you to come to the office.
And the reason why,
you know what I'm saying? But hey, so what do you have going on? So what you been doing? Oh man, you know. And they gonna look at you like this. Yo, you got a notebook on them?
And that's what I'm talking about. The reason why we're telling you that problem solving, when you're prepared, it enhances the problem solving. It shows people you're prepared. It shows people you're ready. It shows people
you're dependable.
You know what I'm saying? And it shows yourself you're actually capable of building these skills. These are skills. Problem solving is a skill. Having confidence, that is a skill. Understanding the value of yourself, that's a skill. These are skills. So these are why we're telling you being prepared is important.
In a nutshell.
If y'all like this video, please like and subscribe. And what we want you to do is look at yourself and tell yourself, what is it that you need to start preparing for yourself? What is it that you need to start making sure is organized for yourself? Because when you're organized, it makes you a better person.
Makes you a better person.
It looks cleaner. You're less frustrated. You can go into something straightforward. You know, so what is it that you need to do to make you prepare a lot better?
We thank you guys. We appreciate you. Remember, when you come into the neighborhood, you can always be you with us.
And if y'all like this video, please hit the like, subscribe. Let us know what other videos y'all like to hear from us. We love to hear from you guys. And we love to hear from everybody. We love you. And y'all all have a great day. Peace.